What's up, everybody? We're back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild, returning to the Ibex grind. This is going to be our first full video on it. And if you guys enjoy this video, we might do some more in the future as well. That is a pretty decent one right there. So I think we're going to shoot it with the proper caliber. And maybe wait for it to stop moving. You know what? Nah, we'll just smoke it right there. Why not? There was another one. Yeah, this one right here. I'm not sure if it is part of this group. I think it is because it just went to traveling. And it was drinking, so I'm going to assume it is, but good start to the day. If you guys did not watch the last video where we hunted some Ibex, then you probably missed the fact that we set up our tents for Ronda Ibex. And now it is officially the start of the Ronda Ibex grind. This is what I've got going on so far. These are the only lakes that they can be at. So Ronda Ibex are actually insanely easy to find, which makes me think these are probably going to be incredibly easy to herd manage as well because of how small their home range is. Let's see, what do we got here? A 91.89. That is just barely gold, but still solid. Good start to the day. And these poor souls got smoked side by side. That was actually larger than our 4. That one wasn't, but the first one that we grabbed there was definitely larger. Now we move on to this lake right here. Now, this lake we did shoot a few Ibex from in our last Ibex hunting video. I can't remember if it was the Ronda Ibex or if it was the other Ibex that I think is on the opposite side, kind of where we are. Can't remember which ones we shot last time, but we've got a few over there. And we definitely want to take them down. I believe, yeah, we should have. Okay, there should be some over here too. I don't know where they are. We might have to reset the time. Yeah, I don't see this other group, so we're just going to take down some of these. And are there no males? Okay, well, I guess we're going to be skipping this location for this run at least, because no males were there. Oh no, I had my tent too close. Well, that's unfortunate. At least we can still shoot some of these, I guess. 268 meters away. We'll just go ahead and drop a shot into both of those. And then we could probably shoot this one as well. Beautiful. One of the big reasons I wanted to do this grind is not only just to switch it up and because I think it'll be quite a fun grind, but also because I would love to get some rare Ronda Ibex. I don't believe I have very many, maybe not even any at all. Let's go ahead and shoot probably that one. Seems to be the largest. This is a group of only like 3 or 4 males, I think. So we do have to be quite careful not to accidentally delete that group. Because if you shoot a group down to just one animal, it will essentially kill the zone because you won't get any respawns in that herd anymore. That is a brown hybrid level 3. And then the other 2 should be side by side right up here, or, you know, close to being side by side. Unless I screwed up a shot. No, there it is. Okay. Just blending in a little bit. Lovely. And I believe this is the 4. Yeah, it's our 4 right there. Decent size 4. So 107.98 is diamond, which means if we see any with an estimate over that, we need to be making sure we take it with the proper rifle. Because I do believe that level 4s can make diamond for the Ronda Ibex, if I'm not mistaken. And who knows, depending on how this grind goes, maybe I'll make a guide for these guys as well, because it seems like it would be a pretty easy guide to make. And they're a lot of fun. I had honestly kind of forgot how fun the Ibex are to shoot. I've always really well, not always, but for the last couple years, I've pretty much just avoided them because all of them use the same model. They just have different horns on top of the heads for the Ronda Ibex, Bathidi Ibex, etc., etc. All the different Ibex species, from what I remember, use the same body model, but just have different horns on the head. So they kind of never really drew my attention after I had a diamond of each of them. But out of all of them, the Ronda Ibex were always my favorite of the bunch. So I figured it would be fun to come back and hunt them again, and I'm glad that I did because it has been quite enjoyable. And here is the super group. Yeah, this one is kind of insane. That is so many freaking Ibex, man. That is Ibex freaking city. Jeez. Let's try to kill a couple more right here. Smoked them both. Jeez, that is just so many Ibex in one area. It's not too often that you get to see that many animals in one zone. And it sure is fun to smoke them. Not too many species give you gigantic groups like that, aside from maybe wildebeest and occasionally red deer, if you get a couple of herds in one zone. And part of that is obviously due to the home range of these Ibex. They're in such a small area that they really don't have too many places that they can go, therefore making it so they pack certain areas just way more than you would expect them to. Let's go ahead and smoke these because I do not want them to get away without me taking a shot. And there we go. Should be 3 dead. Now, let's see. Can we hit this? Not if he's moving like that. The rest are females. Yeah, I think we'll just shoot this guy right here. Smoked him. Ooh, that's a big one right there. I mean, that's a fantastic looking level 4. We definitely got to take that down with the proper caliber. In fact, smoked him. Absolutely smoked him. And got his buddy too. Nice. Let's see. Are you as big as I thought you were? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It almost made diamond. Wow, that's a giant. That was a massive one right there. Too bad it didn't make it. Jeez, we got a bunch of them over here. This level 4 right here was one that we actually saw in a previous video and just couldn't re-find it after it ran away. Or maybe it was this one. No, it was this one right here. This was the guy. He is looking really good. Okay, let's do our best to actually sneak a shot in there. It's going to be really tough. Smoked. Okay, 2 going down. Maybe not him, actually. Seems like it was a bad shot, so we'll have to shoot him again. There we go. And one more for good measure. All right, here we go. Is this a giant? Not as big as the last one that we got. You know, it's been a while since we've done a grind for a non-great one. And it kind of makes me want to do some more of these. Leave some comments down below, guys, on what type of species you think we should hunt for on other maps. If possible, try to remember which maps we don't currently have a great one grind on, because obviously I don't want to have to rip down a setup. I know for a fact that if you guys wanted to see something on, like, Mississippi, or if you wanted to see, like, a species on, like, Medved or Revontuli, or, you know, one of the other maps that we aren't currently set up for a great one grind on, I'd definitely be interested in doing that. Now, honestly, for this group over here, I kind of do want to stop them from respawning here, so I am going to try and shoot 3 of the 4, just so that we hopefully don't get respawns here anymore. And the one that I'm not shooting is going to be this level 2 that's right here, and we're going to shoot his buddy. So that should make it so that no respawns happen in that herd anymore. All right, here we go. Let's take down a 4, and then we'll take down that 3 as well, and we could probably shoot 1 more if possible. Nope, missed it. I found the problem. I put the tent way too close to the zone. That's why they're spooking off. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm going to have to try and reconfigure my setup a little bit. In the meantime, though, let's line up on these 2 right here. And dropped him. And dropped him as well. Oh. Oh, holy crap, there's more. Well, I guess there's another group over here by the Ronda Ibex. Okay, let's go ahead and shoot that 3 as well as this 4 that I've got right there. And I somehow missed the 3. That has been honestly the toughest part about hunting these guys, is they're so small that if I'm not perfectly accurate with my like predictions of where I need to aim, then it screws everything up. Like right there, we nailed him, but it only takes just being off a tiny bit to completely miss. And let's go ahead and pop that guy. And I guess that one too. Smoked. I'm really hoping that at some point today we can find some kind of trophy Ibex. I'd love it if we could get our first diamond Ronda of the grind, or an albino or something like that. I think they have mellas too. So I'd love to get one of those if we possibly could. Jeez, that's a giant right there. Definitely going to target that one. Oh my gosh, we absolutely destroyed that other one too. Oh, that poor thing. That poor little thing, man. And sorry, buddy. Better luck next time. Let's see. I believe it's this one. Yes. And we messed it up. Great. You know, it's crazy to think that this used to be one of my favorite maps in the entire game. and it also used to be the best map to go for red deer. Unfortunately, nowadays, it just doesn't really compare to other maps for red deer. Te Awaroa and Scotland are both way better in terms of red deer populations and home ranges and stuff like that. But it was always a really fun option to go here and hunt for some red deer. Just a shame that they're not nearly as good here as they used to be. And we got a couple 4s. One of them is right there. The other is right here. So if I can get both of them, that would be lovely. Looks like he's not spooked. So I guess we get a shot at him anyway. There we go. Oh, level 5. Let's go. Of course, it's at this zone right here that I have my tent basically on top of. But that thing's huge. Guaranteed diamond. I mean, minimum estimate is well over diamond. And we, of course, got some beauties over here too, but nothing as beautiful as that level 5 is. Let's get him respotted. That's a 3 there. There he is. Honestly, they might come back here. We might just wait. There we go. They're nervous. Okay. Come on. Get his attention. Yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. Smoked him! Let's go! Our first diamond of the Ronda Ibex grind. That is awesome. Let's see. What are you going to score? 111.28. That right there is a giant Ibex. What a freaking beauty, man. That is a stunning sight. Like I've said, these have always been my favorite of the Ibex. A lot of people like the Bathidi ones more. But I just feel like these look so cool. The mass on the horns is crazy. I love it. I really hope that one of these days these Ibex get a rework, because the Ibex as a whole, they're some of the oldest species in the game that have not got an upgrade. So hopefully in the future we can see some new models, new fur, and a rework to some of their horns to make them a bit more realistic. And that goes for all 4 species of Ibex. Would be really nice to see that happen in the future. Well, these guys are taking their sweet, sweet time to get down to the zone, so I think it's only fair that we shoot them before they get there. Sorry, guys. Wow, we didn't spook them this time. Okay, that's good. We can actually get a look at all of these. I mean, not really anything too special in that group. However, I definitely want to take them down, so we'll shoot that, and then we'll shoot that. And what the heck? What was that? What just poofed in my face? That was a weird bug. It was like a bullet impact just happened right in my face. That's strange. Let's pop that guy though. Poor thing was just trying to run away. New zone discovered? Uh-oh. That's a little closer than I wanted them to be. Not exactly great. I guess we'll pop those two. Sorry, buddy. And then we will boop and boop and boop and boop. Oh, that was a 2. Maybe I shouldn't have shot the 2. Oh, well. Still getting used to the fact that we are trying to HM a non-Great One species. Just feels different than what I would normally do, so I'm kind of getting into the groove of everything still. Oh, that was another one there. There's actually 5 in that zone now? I feel like I haven't seen more than 4 there. So when I started this video, we had 8 kills on Ronda Ibex, and that was from the other Ibex video we did when we were kind of setting up our tents and stuff for this grind. Now we're at 63 kills. So we have killed 55 in 40 minutes of recording. I mean, these guys are actually pretty insane. You can kill so many of them so quickly with very minimal effort. It's honestly impressive. I love it. Just like that. 2 more down. And these guys aren't even spooked. So let's get 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Nope, we missed that. All right, let's go ahead and pop a couple of these guys here. That's a 4. Ah, missed him. Oh, well. Well, guys, I think this is a good spot to end the video at exactly 69 kills into the grind. So, Next time, hopefully we will have an albino or a melanistic to show off for the Ronda grind. But let me know in the comments, like I said, if you guys have been enjoying the switch up in content from our normal Great One grinding to some Ibex hunting. It's been quite fun. I'm glad that I've decided to go for some of the other non-Great One species and try to set up grinds for them, because it has been quite a different experience. But obviously still with the format of play that I love so much. But thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment down below, as well as hitting that like button before you go and hyping up the video if you can. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!